Oh hey. Hi Mum. What's this? Playing on the Switch itself? That's right. So this is me turning on Zelda Link's Awakening for the first time after maybe an hour of trying to get this set up to work. So hopefully this is still working. Oh man, there are so many more pixels in this cutscene than there were in the original one. On the Game Boy, it was in 4 colors. He's very animated. And the boat gets struck by lightning. So I kind of already know what's roughly going on in this story, because I've played this game before. Well, that's shiny. They've really given it a very plastic kind of look. I just moved the mic, hopefully that wasn't too loud. This is a relatively minor thing, but that's a very clear beach of any walls, obstacles, or anything. I guess he doesn't necessarily lose his sword here. I mean, spoilers, but you kind of already know. The first thing you have to do is get your sword back. That beach has way more things on it. Alright. Cool. Twice as much damage with no heart drops. Nah, I'm okay. What's your name? Oh, what's my name gonna be? I'm gonna call him Clunkles. Clunkies? Clunkles. There we go. Clunkles. No reason. Just felt like it. I always like giving myself a custom name. Feel a bit out of practice doing it a Let's Play. What a relief. I thought you'd never wake up. You are tossing and turning. What? Zelda? No, my name's Marin. You must be feeling a little woozy. I don't know what I'm doing with these voices. Koholint Island. Alright. Oh, okay. So you got, like, you're stuck to 8 directions, I guess, kind of like the original game. Stand for something. Piranha plant. I wonder if that's like an amiibo thing. Can't lift. Yeah, in the original game, if you would all recall, as soon as you hit something where you had to lift it, it would pop up a dialogue saying, "It's too heavy." I'm like, I know, I was just walking past it. Ooh. What have you got to say, Mario? I mean, Taran. Oh, Clunkles. Wait, how does he know my name? Anyway. He's Taran. Oh, how do I know your name? There we go. Ah, sword on the shield. Right, I'm glad the game was thinking the same question as I had the same question. Yeah, the shield. Gotta go to the beach. Alright. It's okay. I'm warming up. I'm just glad that, like, hopefully everything is now recording properly. Just had a whole bunch of... not a whole bunch of issues. I had one issue that's been a reoccurring one, which I thought I'd be able to solve quicker. Ooh. Basically, the audio from the game was all downshifted. Basically, it was trying to record in a lower sampling rate than what it was, and instead of it... it just came out tone shifted. Whoa. Well, doesn't this look nice? It looks like a little toy game. What do you got to say? Maybe you can press minus to look at the island map. Not only that, you can stick pins in it. Remember stuff. I don't know what that means. Alright. Yo! I hear that when you're running out of hearts, you better find a big fairy. Why? I have no idea. I'm just a kid. Yeah, this all sounds very familiar. Front flips? Ah, no front flips? Oops. Ah. Okay, alright. Holes. The void. Just like before. Oop. Man, the depth of field on this. I didn't even lift up a bush. The depth of field in this is intense, to say the least. This is the first dungeon. Tail something. Tail keyhole. Alright, sure. It is... Well, the game was pretty easy to move around before. Before all of this was separated into like discrete screens and, you know, you get to the edge of the screen and the game would scroll. But now it's like you can see the town up there and all sorts of things that you couldn't see before. Okay, let's just keep going south. Do what we were told to do. Ah, there we go. It's taller, he does a front flip. There we go. There are these things here where if you hold up your shield, you can just push them around. You push it into the enemy. No, alright, never mind. Push this out of the way. That looks like a sword. So like this area's got way more details in it than where I was found. It's now. Oh. There's an refer to you as a lad. Courageous lad. Apparently just my presence here is enough to bring out the monsters. Doesn't that make me the bad guy? I don't know. Oh, now I need to go north. Alright. I got with a sword. It must be yours because my name's on it. Yeah. Now the music starts playing. Let me get all these hearts back. So this game is the third game. Introduces a lot of concepts that later games end up using. Is it the third game? Or is it the fourth game? I say that with confidence and that I'm not completely sure. I see they've done a few retroactive things, because the rupees, the single rupees that you would drop before used to be blue in this game. Yeah. Oh man, there was a lot of depth of field in this. Ooh. What we got? Shield, sword, green tunic. Alright, makes sense. Hey, Taryn went to the woods. Alright. Cool. Yeah, I'm just like... A lot of effort has been clearly put into remaking this. It's not like you could... It's not like they could exactly use the original assets, I think, in any way. Brave lad, on your quest to wake the dreamer, much mystery you will find. Trifle difficult to leave the island whilst the windfish naps. Windfish naps? That sounds wrong. Have you ever visited the Tail Cave? I did. Well, I tried to. Go to the forest where you find the key. The windfish is watching. Is it watching or is it napping? Whatever. This is made in a time where games and their story was very simple. But yeah, there's 5 rupees. There's blue. Yeah. Tanuki playing with his thumb. My nose is very sensitive to stuff like powder and dust. What's he do if I try to go north? He start laughing? He does. He's gonna get lost thanks to me. Oh, wow. Straight away. So basically, that Tanuki is a raccoon, which is what that creature is. He always transports you here until you get rid of him. So he's basically just, you know, the first obstacle to deal with. I don't know if you have to turn around, but it feels like the right thing to do. So no, this is the cave that you were worried about. Now I'm pretty sure there's no time limit. The only time limit is if you stay on these cracked... Yeah, like that. The only time limit is if you stay on the cracked bits for too long. Some green blobs. I feel like maybe here you were wondering if there was a time limit. I don't believe there is. There definitely wasn't in the original game anyway. Yeah. Hey. No. Let's get the toadstool. Did you hold it over your head? Ah, that's probably what you're supposed to do. Okay. Probably supposed to block his attack. And that stuns him because you blocked. So, if you're wondering, also, like, how did kids fight, you know, how do we ever figure this out in the past? You just spent enough time messing around, pretty much. Even here, you're like, how do I get out? I'm like, I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna play around here. Figure something out. There we go. Probably not the most efficient, but it worked. But as soon as you leave a room and come back, everything changes. It's a little bit hard to can't really show it here. But nearly all of these rocks that you can move, you can't move again, although they kind of get pushed into, like this one here. Like now I've pushed it once, I can't push it again. So it can also appear as if, like, oh, I moved it, but now I can't move it again. I don't know. Ah, how did I solve this last time? It's alright, practically, you don't need to come back here until much later in the game. I went around the wrong way, didn't I? But, can I sneak past? Ah, yeah, I can sneak past. The bats are very annoying. The bats are kind of well known for being annoying in pretty much all the Zelda games. Okay. Now I have the toadstool. Alright, so here is where I should... There we go. Hold up my shield. He hits it. He gets stunned because he's blocked, I guess. Piece of power! And... Piece of power is a temporary power-up. It just allows you to do a lot more damage and changes the music. I think you can't deal with that guy. Can I? Nope. Can't deal with that guy. Alright, we're at the witch. This game feels way faster than the original Game Boy one. Aha! The sleepy toadstool. It has the sleepy toadstool. It does. We'll mix up something in a jiffy, we will. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine this real world? Or in a modern, like the story progression in a modern game? It's basically rocking up to places and people being like, yeah, go get your sword. Yeah. Now I have some magic powder. Alright. It's like things kind of just happen. Alright, I gotta bind this. There we go. Amazing. Use it on your enemies. See what happens. Yep. So that was easy. Oh, I'm still powered up apparently. I believe I can use it on this guy. He turns into something doofy. Exactly the same as in the original game, of course. I think if I put it on these guys, whoops, they get turned on fire and die. Seems a bit intense, but alright. What about you? Oh, same thing. Alright. Alright, now I need to find out to nuke. Gotta remember to hold up my shield. Yeah. That's way less awkward than what it was in the original Game Boy version. Game Boy version, that whole dealing with the shielded moblins was just kind of a pain. Alright. Have some magic powder. I'm gonna bounce around. Just spin around. Wow. It was Tarin all along. With all these mushrooms. It's definitely not just Mario. He was eating a mushroom and he turned into a raccoon. Which, also, Mario has one of those powers in the same short history. When this game came out, around a similar time, there was a game on the Super Nintendo where there was a Tanuki suit where Mario would get a power-up where he would turn into a raccoon. Whoops. I got a doofy-looking key. Alright. So I guess now we go back to that place where we just found. See, this all happens very fast, it feels like. Ooh, take the key. Go to the tail cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now. The windfish is waiting. Alright. Cool. I feel like a lot just happened. I feel like a lot has happened in a short amount of time. It's not even been 20 minutes. Sorry, my recording setup is a little awkward. Alright, let's keep going. So I know you... Whoops. The button layout is not the same as in Breath of the Wild. As you may have already remembered. Noticed. Yeah, so if you're wondering how I remember this, you know, I did just recently play through some amount of this game with Pritica. So that is how I kind of remember. But I also remember this from when I was playing as a kid, because I did play this a lot as a kid. Played it more than once. Ooh, heart piece. Piece of heart. See, that doesn't even tell you what happens. It just says you got one. Go to the menu to see how many you have. There you go. Collect 4 to increase your maximum hearts. Alright. The apple's a different color now. They're all... How's it doing? Alright. What if I do this? Same thing. Alright. Good to know. Yeah, if you're wondering how I know a lot of this stuff, it's just because I played this game before and I played it so recently. And if you're wondering, is the game design a little bit dated feeling? Because it's very much, you know, just do things and you're kind of told what to do, but in a very vague way. It's like, yeah. Oh, fine. That's how these games were made back then. Like, you know, they only had, like, kilobytes of data space, like disk storage, because you know it was on a cartridge, and kilobytes of memory in the Game Boy. So they extended the game out by making things a little vague, and you have to explore a lot more. And people were also more keen, were okay with that. Alright, we put this key in there. Alright, this is probably a good time to stop. Call it an episode. Alright, I still feel very out of practice with all this. But anyway, see you in the next one, Mum. Love you.